What's up, Poland? Regular news and stories about Poland. And these are disturbing reports from various Twitter accounts and online sources that apparently Polish border officials and border agencies are stopping Indian and African, so people from African countries, from crossing into Poland. I have been assailed on Twitter and on various accounts by a number of people saying, when we've talked about Polish people supporting Ukrainian refugees, but what about people from India and Africa? And I was a bit disturbed by this. I thought, I haven't heard anything about this, haven't seen anything online, and started to go and have a look. And then I thought I'd do one thing, which is go and check the accounts that were writing about this. And true to form, they're the kind of accounts that typically have about 3 followers that have only had an account since about mid-January. Typically tend to have a bunch of names and numbers after their names and tweeting about random stuff, but then hitting on this kind of thing. So, I mean, one thing's absolutely clear. The Chancellery of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Poland made it absolutely clear that this is not true and that all refugees fleeing from the ongoing war, the Russian aggression against Ukraine, will be allowed into the country of Poland. I've seen multiple pictures and have spoken directly to students of African origin who passed over the border, and they said it was absolute hell. But then that's true of everyone who's crossing over. It's not a pretty place to be. It is very clear, the Polish government has made its position very, very clear. And there's enough evidence from even people I've spoken to and images I've seen online to say that something can't be quite right here. You know, there have, however, been reports that there have been some troubles, including video footage on the Ukrainian side of the border. As to the motives as to why it would be that the Ukrainian security forces and border guards would be preventing certain groups of people from coming through, it's not for me to comment, but I think the Polish position is absolutely clear. You know, there's an old saying that if you can't work out what someone's up to, you work back from the meaning of what they're saying, and eventually you'll get to the narrative you're looking for. And that's it, which I think is, whether this is true or not, it's been picked up in the war of information by an army of bots and has been propagated to become essentially a fact. Here's what I advise to you. Check out the people whose news you retweet and share. Recheck your own narrative, because people are crossing the border in terrible circumstances. Everyone is suffering. And be careful whose game you play and whose war you fight. See you again for another episode of What's Up Poland.